Welcome everybody. Welcome for the first time visitors. Welcome. We're so happy you decided to stop by our podcast today. And for the returning people, welcome back. We appreciate you guys and we are happy that you're here.
Absolutely. Right? Welcome to the Roll Effect. Good to see y'all again.
Okay.
All right.
So how are you today?
I'm doing fabulous. How about yourself?
You doing fabulous?
Well, yeah. Woke up this morning, regardless of whatever else is going on. That part there was important.
That's important.
Absolutely. So I can keep
that's
on.
Definitely
moving.
important.
Keep
I'm
on
doing
moving.
good for a Monday. It's Monday. I'm doing good. So, let's no need to complain about that. So, it's what it is.
Absolutely. How y'all doing?
Comment below. Make sure you like the podcast, comment, share, subscribe if you're not if you haven't done it already.
Right.
Let us know that you're here. The comments are on. So let us know that you're here. Say a little something, give some love.
Give some love.
Absolutely. So of course, by the title, it's Chatter Matters. Chitter, which is communication. Communication matters in not only husband and wife, but with family and kids and parents and employees.
Yeah.
Communication matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I said in a previous video that Milton and I started this podcast because we talk. It's not quiet. We're always talking. However, we wasn't always effectively communicating well.
Good point.
So
that's real good. Right? We thought we were.
We thought we were, but we weren't. So this is what this is about because we thought this will be an important topic to talk about.
Right.
Communication, because you can't go anywhere without this. Need to be your first.
Mm-hmm.
The first base, right?
First base.
So we're gonna read a scripture, and we're gonna always give God His due first, and we try to get scriptures that kind of relate to the topic that we're talking about.
Right.
So where are we today?
So today we're looking at Proverbs 15:1.
Okay.
A gentle answer turns away wrath.
A gentle answer
turns
away wrath.
Right.
Gentle. Okay, remember that.
But a harsh word stirs up anger.
Yes.
I've experienced that.
Funny guy.
Oh, boy.
Okay, and your next one is coming from?
That would be Colossians 4:6.
Yeah.
Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone.
Yes. Yes.
That's a good one.
That is good. That is very good. I want to share that yesterday I was talking and I overheard my husband say, You can love each other, but if the hands are not shaking, it's a problem. And so I heard him say that, but I mentioned it. I wanted to ask what was that, but I forgot about it. And so this morning on my way to work, we was conversating, and I was like, "So what did you mean about the hand? If the hands are not shaking?" And so he explained to me. He's technical.
Kind of technical.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit.
A lot. And so he analyzed stuff a lot. And so he used the car as an example. Mm-hmm. You want to tell them what that was? Yeah,
so handshake is just a term used in computer language and stuff like that there. But with the car, it's mostly how the system operates of communication. Just a prime example, you have an ignition, you turn the ignition switch, it engages and turns on voltage and it ignites the starter. Now, if those steps don't happen the way they supposed to happen, then there's a communication problem, then your car doesn't start. Same way with me and you talking. If you're talking at the same time that I'm talking, then some of the communication might not land.
Right. Right.
But if you're listening while I talk, it'll go to your brain, you'll think about it, and then you'll properly know how to answer. And then I'm supposed to be quiet and listen.
Right. So you're supposed to actively listen
Right.
to what the person is saying. I remember when Milton and I would get into, I'm going to call them a heated discussion.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Okay.
a heated discussion.
Heated discussion.
I would say you're not listening. You're thinking about your next statement. You're not listening. If you're not listening, you can't hear me because you're looking to respond instead of listen effectively so that you can understand where I am coming from. So we should have those conversations over and over and over again because we could talk to one another, but we wasn't effectively talking where we would have a resolve afterwards. Afterwards, it was like, we're done with this conversation. I don't want to, we're done.
Yeah, that's what she did.
Because we wasn't.
How are we done and we're not done? That's what I didn't understand.
We were done.
We were done. You know.
We were done because it wasn't getting anywhere, you know?
I
like it wasn't getting anywhere. We was just intensifying the situation.
But you was always done. I was, hey, let's figure this out.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's the Gemini in me. I'm gonna blame that on the twin.
That's that evil twin. Yeah, absolutely. The one we keep isolated.
I'm gonna blame it on the twin.
Absolutely. But you do bring up a good point. We can have conversation all day long, but if it's not where you're listening to respond, so you're not done and you're done properly, then you reach the goal of communication.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely.
So effective communication starts with what? Listening.
Listening. And to understand another one of the things, us, you know, because I'm gonna use us as an example. Yes, us as an example.
Don't you know other people?
No, I'm not using nobody else as an example outside of us. But for us, see, you made me forget what.
Good. Well, I'll take the mic since she's thinking over there. But always be empathetic to each other. Present empathy and communication. Showing empathy can enhance your conversation.
Yes.
Because I care what you're saying. You know.
Yes.
And I'm listening and I'm going to properly respond so that we can have a good conversation.
And also, my thought came back. And also remember that just because it's not a problem for you doesn't mean that it's not a problem for her or whomever that you're talking to at the time.
That's a big one,
right?
There.
Because I always say my husband is very strong, and so when he says things, sometimes it can come off very rude and very just abrasive. It's so rude. And me listening, I don't care if we're out at a restaurant or anywhere. I'm like, babe, that wasn't very pleasant because your tone dictates a lot too. So I'm like, that wasn't very pleasant. And he go, what did I say? I didn't say anything. What did I say? I'm like, just because it wouldn't bother you if someone said it that way or if someone did something doesn't mean that this person doesn't. My son said the other day, you can't expect to see the you in someone else.
Yeah, I totally get that.
That's a good thing. You can't expect that. So you can't expect for someone to respond how you would respond. You have to listen and say, okay, you know what? If that bothers you, then I need to work on that, which you do very well now. But like back, I'm talking about back
She talking
in the day.
back, yeah.
Back in the day.
It was some problems.
Yeah, it was some issues, but we got there though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So hey, I went through certain things, so you got to learn, you got to work it. You got to change who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you wake up in the morning, you are somebody else.
Yes.
1 day older.
1 day older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, having conversation, listening, exchanging words,
Mm-hmm.
being empathetic to that conversation can make things more meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Bible, be quick to listen.
Yes.
And just wait on it. Now I suffer with that because I like to talk, but as I get older, I am putting my ears out there a little more. And I'm talking less so that I don't hurt any feelings, and I'm being a nice guy. Right?
You are. You're very nice.
My 20s was different, so it is what it is. But learn from your past.
Yeah,
and grow. Don't stay where you at. That's what I can say.
Absolutely.
Give feedback.
Yeah. You want to make sure that you're like, if I'm saying something after we have this conversation and all the things, then let's just talk about it and have some type of resolve.
Mm-hmm.
And so just give positive feedback, positive, no, I can't even talk.
Well, I could say this, try not to say you're done. We're done.
Okay,
that never is a good thing.
Don't say you're done. Don't say you're done. But so I can say that my husband said, you have done a whole 180 because let me back this up. So I am not like a good person when I am at 1,000.
At 100 or in the red.
I am.
It's the other twin. It's not you. It's her. It's her.
I am not good at listening. I'm much better now. I completely turned that around, and I contribute that all to God because I needed Him in those moments where I'm like, whoo, I cannot today. I'm done. Like, I'm done.
She was done.
Those days, I needed Him so badly to just come and rescue me. And that was very important just for our conversations and our well-being.
And I needed to know how to handle that too.
Yeah. Because another thing is nonverbal communication. Because I'm very good, like, if I don't say it, my face say it. And those gestures can mean something too.
Yeah.
Because it can communicate bad vibes. It just can make everything go totally.
Yeah, sometimes your facial expression, I was like, uh-oh, that ain't Felicia. That's Penelope. Oh, gosh. And I just go sit down until Felicia come back home.
No, he doesn't.
I try to shake her and get Felicia back.
But nonverbal communication is one of those things you have to watch too, because it can create a situation and it can kind of escalate a situation.
Yeah, it's toxic also. You want to talk. So when you mad at each other and you have separation and you're not talking, it's time to start talking. You got to resolve this. Give yourself 10, 20 minutes. But some people take longer.
Well, I know you're talking about me.
Oh no, not you.
I know you're talking about
I'm talking about that other girl, that other lady. But look, the audience go through this as well.
I know, but let me just explain that, okay? Let me explain that.
That's not in the script.
Let me explain that. Listen, I'm the type person. I'm very chill. I'm a very chill person. I like peace. I crave peace. I love peace. I'm not a drama type person. I don't like to deal in drama. None of the things. So in our home, I'm the more chill person. Most times, the situation comes to me. Am I right?
Not always from me.
Yeah, we're talking about us.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Most times,
Time.
it comes from my husband because he's always all over the place all the time, right? And most of our situation is not the big things, which is really crazy, you guys, because Milton and I can tackle big problems. We can tag team that thing, and we're like, we're going to work this thing out. We got this, God got us. It's the small things that would just go so big. You're like, it could be something as simple as the dishwasher or the washing machine or
Why I gotta be appliances? It had to be something I got to work on. Why? Maybe because, I don't know, she might not be doing it. I don't know. But it's appliances all of a sudden.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Anyway.
It can be smaller things that it's just crazy. And so we had to learn I tell you a story. One day I was saying, I would ask Milton to do something and it would be like, why are you not doing what I'm asking you to do? Like, this makes no sense. Like, you're not doing anything. Da 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 da. And he would say, you tell me you're not my mom. And da 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 da.
Wait, that was a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But I'm giving them an example,
okay,
right?
I want to make it clear.
Well, let's make that clear. It's not more recent stuff. It's back in the
20 years.
Before Jesus. Before Jesus really just came into our hearts and our lives. But so he would say that. And so one day I was upstairs in my room and I was mad and I was just like fussing about, he don't do what he needs to do and da 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 da. And I'm fussing, nobody in the room but me. And I'm fussing, I'm verbally talking out loud because I'm like just venting.
No,
out loud.
It was you and your twin was in the room.
Exactly. So I'm venting out loud, and then the Spirit said, okay, you're talking about what he does, but what do you do? And it stopped me in my tracks, you guys. I was like, huh?
Thank you, Jesus.
I'm like, what? Huh? And then my Spirit said, well, you can say this better, and you can say that better. And I'm like, yeah, I could. It's me having a conversation with my spirit about it's like I heard it like it was audible,
Right.
Like I heard it, but
Your
of course,
being.
my internal was convicting me of my stuff. So what I'm saying by this is we can't start a conversation or resolve with you. Has to be I am wrong for what I said, not you did this, you, it's I. So when I was like, well, I could do this and I could do this. And so then I changed it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to ask the question better. So I would come to him and I'm like, babe, you think when you get done or anytime you get an opportunity, can you get such and such out of attic for me? And he's like, oh yeah, man, I'm not doing nothing now. I can go in there and get it. And I was like, dog, why didn't you do this a long time ago? What in the world? Like, I was doing it all wrong.
It was the communication part.
It's the communication part that I wasn't effectively communicating my wants and my needs, but I was doing it in a way that you didn't hear it. Because when you're fussing at somebody or you saying different things, the ears get shut off,
right?
Blocked to what you're saying, and you don't get the task done.
And this is what happens when a lot of people are going at it and they're arguing. The communication is not going to land.
Right.
You're just wasting breath. So you got to learn to communicate effectively and how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and the way you changed it, it was probably pleasing to my head and my heart. I'm like, I can't wait to do it. Right. Now, probably the first time it was like, she thinks she talking to there. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good example of effectively landing what you want to say and how to say it.
Yeah. But it's also working on you.
Right.
Like I was fussing about him, but because I was connected to the one who knows me the most, he was able to
spiritually guide
to
the right
say
place.
to me, what are you doing wrong though? Because I can always look and find something wrong with someone else instead of trying to find it. What's wrong with you? How did you say it? Your tone is very important in any conversation, whether I'm at work, whether I'm talking to friends, family members, whatever, my kids. It is very important for tone to watch your tone,
right? Because
your tone can escalate a situation when it doesn't need to be, right?
And your tone will be a miscommunication.
There's
no reason to get your blood pressure up, to feel toxic because you're mad in the red. You have to figure out a way to effectively communicate in a calm manner so that it will land. You feel much better. And also, I think when we were going along with our journey, we would go through those processes, but we will also have feedback later.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it. So now you're working on yourself and I'm working on myself.
Yeah.
I had to work on my tone because it was crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's the only way you can improve.
Yeah.
You got to talk about it, analyze it. And the older folks used to say, why you pointing at them? You got 3 fingers pointing at you.
Yeah.
That was so wise.
Yeah.
Like, look at you, the man in the mirror.
Yeah.
Shout out to Michael Jackson. and if you fix you, then that'll radiate probably on somebody else. They'll see you. You know what I mean? Like, look, this person's changing.
Well,
I feel a whole new way now.
You want them to understand what you're saying,
right?
And to do that, you have to look at yourself and like now when I have conversation, now we're in such a different space. It's totally different now because now I don't need to try to figure out how to communicate with him. I just, let me share this. I'm going to share a story with you guys without getting too much into this.
Did I approve that?
But, so we had a disagreement not long ago. We had a disagreement. And I was not happy. And so we was trying to get a resolve of me not being happy about the situation. And so I normally, they say, don't go to bed mad because you never know. Well, I'm just not, God's still working with me on that one. He's still working with me because I'm trying to do that. But this particular night, I did not want to have conversation. So the next morning is always that time where we get up and we go and we have our devotion, play our music, do our thing, get started for the next day. So we're doing our thing. So I get up and I'm not I don't want to be bothered.
She was done.
I,
It was a done moment.
It was a done moment. And I just didn't want to be bothered. So I go in the bathroom to get ready for work and everything. And this particular morning, I didn't cut anything on. I usually look at I listen to Our Daily Bread Ministries before I look at my journal. But this particular morning, I didn't listen to it. Which was crazy because normally I'm listening to it all the time. But this particular morning, I didn't listen to it. But I knew after I thought about it, it's because the Spirit needed to talk to me. God needed to say something to me. So while I'm in there, like brushing my teeth and everything, and the Spirit said, you need to go down there and you need to tell your husband that you're just going to squash this situation and, whatever. And I'm like, and I'm again in the mirror, I'm like, I ain't doing that. Like, and I'm still like, and it strongly said, you need to go down there and tell your husband, you squash it. So I'm steady brushing my teeth, whatever. And so I'm like, ugh. Because I know I got to respect what that Spirit is telling me to do. I want my day to be right. So I need to respect what that Spirit is telling me to do. And because I'm in communication with the Lord, He gives me what I need when I need it, right? So I come downstairs and I'm like, I gotta take a deep breath because I'm like, whoa, I don't really want to do it. But my Spirit is saying, yeah, you better do it. You better do it. So I go downstairs, and the night before, I think you had a headache or something, and he told me he had a headache, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Not really concerned about the headache at the time. Mm-hmm. So the Spirit had said, ask him how his head is, right? So when I come downstairs, I go in his office, and I walk in, and as I'm walking in, I say, hey, how's your head? And then he comes around the desk and he was like, oh, it's feeling a little bit better, whatever. And then I said, okay. I said, well, I just want to squash this situation and let's just be over and done with this. I forgive you. You forgive me. Let's just squash the whole thing. He is speechless. He can't say anything. And I'm like looking at him like, now I just came down here.
That's a rare one.
I just came down here and poured my little guts out to you, mister. And said let's squash it. Right. And you're all of a sudden you're mute. What is with this muteness here? So I'm like, you okay? You good? And he was like, yeah, I just had something in my mouth. Yeah. But not very talkative. So I was like, okay, well, have a good day. I did my part, right?
Right.
I did my part. So I felt fine. I left and I went to work. Now, when I get to work, I get a message.
Well, you had the message before work, but
I had the message, but I didn't. Well, you can't look at text while you're driving. Right. So by the time I get to work, I have a message. And why did I get that message?
She received the message because I was downstairs praying about the situation, that we could squash whatever it was and then we can get back together. Yeah. Not we weren't separated, but just we could squash it and move on. And that I prayed that the Lord would talk to her spirit and and me, and we squashed it and we moved forward. And so I was speechless when she came downstairs
because he was still
I was just finishing up just as she came downstairs, and it happened just that quick. So I was speechless because I'm like, boy, he must be in this room. Because this is incredible. I was like, I just felt so moved. The spirit was high that it can happen that fast.
Yeah.
And that ain't like the first time something like that happened, but that was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I can't. I was like, did she hear me or something?
No, she did.
But she didn't hear me.
No, she
And
didn't.
so that's why I was speechless. And prior to her coming down, that's when I did the text message. She was still at home. She just never checked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had done put that up already. By the time she came down, I'm like, oh my goodness. You know.
Which is rare.
Right. But
it's very rare
hey.
that I do that. But when the Spirit is telling me to do something, I have to do it. I have to move. I need to move when He tells me to be obedient to the Spirit and what it is trying to tell me. So for this, you guys, you gotta get connected. You gotta get connected.
You gotta communicate too.
You gotta communicate. You gotta communicate, and He will communicate with you by the Holy Spirit. That's why we have that with us, so that it can lead and guide us in the direction that we need to go. So my spirit and that's the reason I believe that I didn't cut on my daily bread ministries, because I needed it to be silent.
Right.
And I need to hear the what the Lord is saying. And sometimes you have to be in silence, so you can just hear what He's trying to say. And so I was obedient to that, and I just like, okay, put your pride down, and go have conversation with your husband and make sure you're good, because you're starting your day and you don't want to start this day. And when I tell you guys, this is growth for me. This is growth, because I can hold a grudge. Well, I used to. I don't really hold grudges anymore.
Well,
right?
We try to make sure that you don't become 100 and in the red zone.
Well, yeah, but
Keep
I
that
don't.
Down to
but
that.
I don't do that anymore.
Right. She has definitely improved when it comes to that. So thank you for beating that other twin, because that's definitely.
I am
great.
a brand new creature in Christ, so I realize that everything, every action, it might require a reaction, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to. I remember that my good friend, I love her so much, Teresa. Let me shout out Teresa.
Shout out to Teresa,
because that was my manager at the office in Atlanta. I love her so much, and she's always been so supportive and everything. But I remember I was one day I was at work, and we was talking, and I was saying, well, Milton, he da 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 da.
There I go.
And she said, why do you always feel the need to respond? And I'm like, huh? Like, what do you mean? Why do you always have to say something? Why does everything he say requires you to say something back? Sometimes you just have to let it go. Sometimes you do. And I thought about that, and I'm like, why do you feel the need to respond to everything? And then I realized, you know what? She's right. Let me change this by not responding to everything that is thrown my way. Sometimes you just got to look and be like, okay, and move on. So fast forward now, I understand that I'm in control of what I feel, my inner field, right? I'm in control of that, and I will not allow anyone to make me feel anything different than what I feel on the inside. My peace is my peace, and if I let someone disturb my peace, that's a form of them controlling me and the inside of what I feel. How am I going to let people do that?
Right.
So I had to learn how to not respond to everything and give grace. I had to give grace, and I wanted grace in return. So that's my spill on it.
That's real good.
Right?
We all should be aware of not letting anybody, and this is probably going to take some practice, and me and you talked about it, don't let anybody with their bad news or their evil thoughts have conversation with you. You know how you just feeling open, you're feeling good, and then you talk to a coworker or a friend or somebody on the phone, and all of a sudden they done changed the way you feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a spirit. They spirit done jumped into you.
Yeah.
Now you feel worse before the
And
phone
you don't
call.
even know what you're mad about.
Right.
You don't even know what you're feeling bad about.
Right.
You know?
So you got to work on blocking that before
Yeah.
you can get inside of you to mess you up.
Yeah.
You know, so practice on that.
Yeah.
By
any means necessary.
And that is a form of communication. They're communicating something negative that got into you, and you was feeling perfectly fine with your day.
Listen, silence is communication as well. Being silent is communication as well, because it tells. Sometimes you need to be quiet in those quiet moments,
right?
Just to hear from God and just have those moments. And sometimes you need to walk away from a situation. Any situation that is not serving you at the time, that you feel like you're going to react, and there's going to be a situation, walk away. I used to say all the time to Milton, if you walk away, I'm going to think about my part in it, and I'm going to apologize for my part I played in it. So just walk away and let me have a moment, because sometimes you just need that moment to just reflect and think about it, and and make it right,
Yeah, and
right?
I was the type that didn't walk away, so I had to learn. Okay, give some space.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I used to say to him, "You're a bully. You're a bully."
I didn't need space. I want to rectify it right now, before you say we're done. So I was the right now man, and she was the done woman. So we worked all that out, and it's all about properly communicating, definitely, and avoid misunderstanding.
Yeah,
because we can all have conversation, and it's a misunderstanding, and I've had to make a lot of corrections with that. No, babe, I didn't mean it like that. I mean it like this. So sometimes I'm just thinking and talking too fast, and then I have to be clear about it.
Yeah, and also, the misunderstanding also can be, you guys, listen, I think the worst thing ever in an argument, in a situation or whatever, is text.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Text messaging there's no tone to texting, right? And so you can be saying the same thing but a different way and arguing. You really saying the same thing. And most time we be saying the same thing, but we're arguing like, well, you saying it like this. No, I didn't. Like, I'm typing this with some grace, but you reading it negatively. And that is, we need to be face to face.
Right.
Let's be face to face so I can see gestures, tone, all the things, and I understand where we are.
Or on the phone. See, this new school
clear.
stuff.
This texting, it will get you in trouble all the time, because texting will make you misunderstand something that someone really not trying to say it for evil or for bad intention. And oh my God, don't put it in caps.
Oh, but no, you
caps,
know what that means.
Oh my God, you hollering at me?
Yeah.
Now you screaming?
Remember when texting first came out? I used to say, I had customers that text me all the time and call, and I'm like, babe, do you see what they saying? What? I need to go in? She'd be like, no, babe, no. They mean this, and this. Well, look, they need to start calling me on the phone, because the way this is worded, it makes me feel like I wish I'd throw my phone away. I don't want to text. I'm a talker. Let's talk on the phone.
Yeah, Milton was so bad.
It was crazy.
You remember the time Milton would be like, babe, I don't appreciate this guy saying this, because my mother... I said that, babe.
Did he say something about my mother?
No, it was his signature. It was his tagline. Right. Milton thought the man was talking about his mama, so Milton...
I remember that. I need to see if I can find that.
Milton responded back. Now, I don't appreciate you talking about my mama. Because my mama has passed away. And I don't appreciate it.
He shouldn't have a tagline like that.
And I said, babe, that's his tagline. That's like, he's not talking about your mom. Like, it's your tagline. So he didn't text messages. Emails. It was so funny.
I remember that.
Oh my God.
I wonder if I still have that.
I don't know.
I'm going to look for it. That was an email or text?
That was pretty bad.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. I was like, babe, so communication.
Make sure it's clear.
So he's like, babe, such and such saying something about my mama. I was like, who said something about your mama? I look at the thing, I'm like, babe, that he didn't say anything about your mama. I'm like, oh my goodness. So words and messaging, it's that face-to-face reaction, that conversation that you need to have, because having that conversation with text messaging is never too good. Sometimes it's okay with short messages, but in a heated discussion, in a heated situation,
it needs to be a phone call.
No, it definitely needs to be a phone call for sure,
or in person
for sure. Yeah.
So.
But we're gonna stop right now, you guys, and give you the good news today, and we will be back with you
shortly.
Our good news today is by Nathan Frederick. Nathan wrote an article on a doctor in Baltimore, and the title says, "Doctor gave free care to patients for decades. Now they've raised $280,000 to pay for his cancer treatment." Michael Zollicoffer, known to his patient as Dr. Z, spent the last 4 decades serving the residents of Baltimore's poorest neighborhoods, and the family physician never turned anyone away, even if they couldn't afford to pay. "Forget the dollar bill," the 66-year-old told CBS News. "I'm going to see you no matter what. You walk in that door, you will be seen. You bring your grandma, I will see her too." Dr. Z built goodwill in his Maryland community instead of a massive bank account, a practice that may have looked misguided a few months ago when suddenly the doctor became the patient, diagnosed with cancer. To make matters worse, he discovered that his own insurance had lapsed due to his policy complication with Medicare. His treatment was suddenly going to cost about $150,000. As the news trickled out to all the patients Dr. Z had helped over the years, one of his high school friends, Michael, started a GoFundMe campaign online. Before long, all the gratitude and all the goodwill Dr. Z had nurtured over many decades became a groundswell of support. More than 3,400 people came to his rescue, donating over $280,000 to take care of the selfless doctor in his time of need. Right, we're back, and we're so excited for that good news that Dr. Z is serving the people of Baltimore. And I think that is so awesome to just not charge them, and even if they can't pay, he don't send them a bill.
Right.
It's you walk in, he is giving service to you, and that is what we are supposed to do, right?
That's awesome. You can't get no better than that.
That is just amazing.
And that's why they came to his rescue.
They
very
came to his
easily.
rescue.
And that was in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Brims. Yeah.
Yes. That may be on this podcast at some point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue, right?
Yes.
To where we were.
Yes. And a couple of more points.
Yeah, on communication. Always remember to stay calm. Maintain, stay calm, and keep emotions in check. And I know that's a challenge for a lot of us.
Yes.
But these are some practical things that you need to do in order to properly communicate like we need to.
Yes.
Because things can get out of hand if you don't do that.
Yes.
You know, people can throw stuff at you and all kind of stuff. So you want to be careful. Let's see, escalations, you know, whatever. But anyway, maintain and always look at the bigger picture. Sometimes it could be the smallest thing, and you have to ask yourself sometimes, is this even worth it?
Right.
Is it worth our breath arguing about, or should we just leave this alone and keep moving on? Let's read a book. Something.
Let's look at a movie.
Let's just make a sandwich. Pop some popcorn. You know what I mean? Because it just ain't worth it. Right. You know, a lot of stuff, as you go through life, you'll be like, I can't believe I was arguing about that.
Yeah.
You know?
Because a lot of times it's the smaller things, but you can just overcome that by just asking yourself, is it really worth it? Is it something that I want to be upset about? You know, being upset is, that's a job. It takes a lot to be upset, and it takes a lot out of you to be upset. All your internal organs and heart rates and all this are going up. Stress is a silent killer. So you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it for me to get upset and bothered? Is it worth it? And if it's not, then move on. Give grace and move on.
Yeah, that's something you definitely should practice. I learned very early that being upset and stressed causes toxins in your body. And some of this stuff will make you sick. It'll make you ill. When you're really mad, that causes your body to react a certain kind of way. That's why you really should try to laugh more.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
But you know, you're going to have those disagreements, and you're going to have days where you're not going to be feeling the other.
Yeah.
You know, but just try to get a quick resolve.
Right.
Because we don't know when our last days on this earth is. And I say to my husband and people that I come in contact with, I don't have time to spend it being angry with nobody. I don't want to do that. I want to love while I can love. I want to have peace when I can have peace. And I just want to enjoy this life. And we're going to resolve, for Milton and I, we're going to resolve this situation as quickly as possible. And we're going to enjoy each other, because time doesn't last forever.
No.
It doesn't. And so we don't have time to stay in a moment that means absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to give grace as God gives us.
Yep. Learn to forgive.
Learn to forgive.
It's a choice.
Forgiving is a choice.
And letting go.
Yeah.
Is a choice.
Letting go is a choice.
So I think if you kind of work that out, you know.
Yeah.
It'll work out for you.
Absolutely.
So,
Forgiving, and always remember that you have to forgive. It's a choice if you choose not to, but understand that if you don't forgive, He would not forgive you. So you have a choice. Which one will you choose? Letting it go, that's a choice. You can stay with it, or you can let it go. When we do things and we ask for forgiveness, He throw it away. So what are you going to do? Are you going to hold it and let it destroy you internally, or are you going to let it go? We have choices, and we need to make the right choices. And so for us, for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. We're going to love with intentionality. We're going to do whatever we need to do to make sure that we're feeding each other spiritually, emotionally, and all the things, so that our household can be blessed and we can just live a good life without all the things. Now, will we have disagreements? Of course we'll have disagreements, but we're gonna move through it as fast as possible and have some sort of resolve, so that we'll be good, right?
I think that's a recipe to create peace.
Yeah.
In your household.
Yeah.
If you don't have peace in your household, it's time to get to work.
Yeah.
It's time to get to work.
You gotta have some peace.
And as a matter of fact, if you holding things in, you feel a whole lot better when you don't hold things in.
Yeah, you gotta let it go.
Yeah, and it's a choice.
And understand that person is not a mind reader. They can't read your mind. You gotta be clear about what it is that is bothering you so that you can work it out. So that would be our little spiel for this evening.
Yeah.
Is to just find a way to work it out. We're going to leave you with one more Bible verse that I thought it was really good. Comes from Ephesians, one of my all-time favorite books.
Yeah, that'll be Ephesians 4:29.
Yes.
Here, let me turn it this way here. And it reads, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. And do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God, with whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as in Christ God forgave you."
That's so awesome. It says everything that we were saying earlier. It says everything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That we have to forgive. We have to think about the things that we say before we say it. It's important. The tongue will break you down, and we are supposed to build each other up. So let's build each other up. Let's love on each other. Time is not forever, so we don't have time to just waste being upset and angry. If there's an issue in your life with anybody or whatever, just get some peace about it and let it go. And if it's someone that you can't get a resolve with, just pray about it. You have to just do your part. You can't be responsible for somebody else. You have to just do your part. So just pray about it and then let it go. Let God and let go.
And remember, chatter matters.
Chatter matters. Chatter matters. Effective chatter matters.
That's
all right. So babe, we're at the end of our episode.
Again.
Right.
Yeah.
What is this? Episode 4?
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're episode 4, you guys. We're so excited. We're so excited. We're very busy. We're very busy.
Yeah.
Extremely busy. This is a second job, but we love it. We just love talking and telling you guys about God goodness. And so we're very excited about this journey that we're on. But we would like for you to comment, like, subscribe, share, do all the things that the other YouTubers tell you to do, right? And then go check us out on Instagram and TikTok for our shorts. We try to post something during the week.
Right.
Our videos do come out every Wednesday at 7 p.m. But in between that, we have little different things come out that just keep you entertained until the video posts on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So we hope that you are enjoying that as well. And if you have any ideas, any suggestions, any topics you want us to talk about, just let us know. And we'll definitely talk about it for you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So until next time, are you done, babe?
I'm done. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah. And so until next time, we love you. May God bless you. May He keep you. May He protect you and your family. We love you with the heart of God.
Love you. Peace.
It's the role of faith. We talk love, we talk faith. God first, couple